there's going to be a mad dash to get that money back, and that's going to cause quite a lot of problems.
As you said, these tariffs are such an important part, of Trump's economic agenda. So what happens going forward?
Well, look, there are a lot of questions as to what happens going forward. The first one is, of course, what you mentioned, which is the refund. What happens? And the estimate is $175 billion. How are these companies who paid those tariffs going to be reimbursed by the U.S. government? There's going to be a mad dash to get that money back, and that's going to cause quite a lot of problems. The second thing is that Donald Trump has used these tariffs as a sort of bargaining chip for trade deals with different countries around the world. What happens to those deals that are underpinned by these tariffs? Are those countries going to come back and say, well, now that those tariffs are gone, maybe that trade deal doesn't exist anymore? That's going to be a question going forward. The fact is, though, that not all tariffs have been erased. That does not mean that all the tariffs go away. For example, sector-specific tariffs like tariffs on steel, tariffs on aluminum, those things are probably going to stay in place. And there is a possibility for the government to go and use other laws to impose tariffs, but they are going to be much limited in scope. They're going to take more time. Donald Trump could also go to his fellow Republicans who have control of Congress and ask them to go through the normal legal channels to try to pass a law to implement those tariffs. But that is going to be more complicated because there are a lot of Republicans actually who are very much traditionally opposed to the idea of tariffs because they think that it is a tax on the American taxpayer and they don't want to see that. So it is still possible for Donald Trump to go ahead with parts of his tariff agenda, but he's not going to be able to use it as much as a bulldozer or a bargaining chip going forward because of that ruling.
Katavan, thank you so much for keeping us updated. That's Katavan Gorjestani from our International Affairs editor.